Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Gagan and today I'm going to discuss pricing procedure in the Revenue Cloud.
Oh my god!
So in this video we will discuss what is pricing procedure and how we can build it from the scratch. So let's begin. What is pricing procedure? So pricing procedure in the Revenue Cloud is nothing but is a customized flow, same like the Lightning flow. You can add multiple steps like this. So you can add multiple steps or element in your pricing procedure, and quote line item will execute this pricing procedure, and all of the element will execute. And based on your customization, the price will calculate, and it will gonna reflect on your quote line item. This is as simple as that. You can see that it seems like the lightning flow in the left side. You can search the multiple element and you can drag and drop and you can configure it. um, these are the pricing element which are available in the pricing procedure, like list price, volume discount, tier discount, attribute base, bundle base, formula base, manual discount. All of these things you can add. I'm not going to discuss that one by one. Now what I'm going to do is now we will configure one pricing procedure from the scratch. So let's start. This is my Salesforce Revenue Cloud org. If you don't know how to create this org, then what you have to do is you can go to any of my video in the Revenue Cloud playlist, and there I have given the link. You can just click this link, and then you will navigate to the Salesforce page, and you have to provide your information, your first name, last name, and then it will give you the credentials of the Revenue Cloud org. Yeah, so now in order to create pricing procedure, you have to go to the app launcher basically, and then you have to search pricing procedure like this, and then click new, and then you have to give the name. So I'm giving Gagan demo procedure. um, So, and here you have to choose usage type as pricing, and context definition should be rev sales transaction context. So just check that this what is this configured in your revenue settings. If you go to the revenue settings, and here in setup sales pricing, you just have to give this context definition. I'm clicking save. So now the pricing procedure will create, and you can create multiple version of your pricing procedure, as you can see that. And in order to configure this, now you have to click this, and so you have to click this, and then um, so first element of your pricing procedure should be the price setting. Which should be, let me search setting. So pricing setting should be your first element, where you have to do the configuration. So I'm doing the configuration here, like your line item should be line item. So this is basically the setting you have to do every time when you're making your pricing procedure. uh, so if I go to the output variable, price waterfall should be price underscore waterfall, because it should be the same configuration that we are doing. And the net unit price should be the net unit price. This is what you have to give in your pricing procedure as well. And then subtotal, it should be item subtotal. um, so after you have done this configuration, you can click save and make this activate. But I think you have to provide the rank as well, else it will give you the errors. So I'm clicking save, and then I'm clicking activate. Okay, so once it will activate, what you have to do is, so you in the revenue settings. So as of now, by out of the box, this is the pricing procedure which is getting fired for your quote line item pricing calculation. So now what you have to do is just refresh first, and then what you have to do, you have to just give the reference of your pricing procedure there. So if you just scroll down in the Salesforce pricing setting, setup pricing, Salesforce pricing. So here you have to give the reference of your, pricing procedure. So my pricing procedure is Gagan demo procedure, right? This is what we have created. So the same things you have to refer here. So once it is done, what you have to do is you have to go to, your code. I'm just going to one of the code where the product is added. Let's see. So yeah, this is one of the code that I was using, and his one product added mobile data. So let me delete this actually. Let me delete this and add the mobile product again. So I have added the mobile data product in my quote line item, and once it is saved, then I will show you something. It's taking some time calculating taxes and all. So yeah, so my product has been added, mobile data, you can see that. And as of now, net unit price is blank because we have not configured that in our, in our pricing procedure. We will do that. But before that, what you have to do is you have to add the list price as well, which is required. So let me, make it deactivate, and we will add the list price. So for that, what you can do is you can just click this list price. It's taking some time. Yeah, so the list price element has been added, and you have to give the name of the lookup tables. I'm giving the name of my lookup table. It's a bit slow. I don't know because of my system or the Salesforce org, but it's a bit slow. So apologies for that. I have given the name of my price book, which is price book enterprise version 2. And then now I will configure my input variable. So in the input rule variable, so here the product is actually product. This is how you have to do the configuration, because the product should be assigned to this variable, and price book is actually price book, which is like out of the box name, and you have to give the same names. And the product selling model is product selling model. um, and the quantity is like line item quantity. This is how you have to configure this, and then the output variable will be the list price, will be the list price, and your subtotal is item subtotal, which is this. So this is how you have to configure. So now we have given the reference of the price book, from where we have to get the price. So this is the price book that it will gonna take to get the price in our pricing procedure. And as of now, if I will click this save again, if I will activate and refresh, it will not gonna give the net unit price. So in order to add the net unit price, I have to do one assignment. So there is one element called assignment. So I will add the assignment here. So assignment. So same like in the flow assignment, if you want to assign a value to any variable, you can do that. So input variable for the assignment should be the list price. I want to assign list price to this net unit price. Okay, so I will just do that, net unit price, and then this will update. So once I will save and activate, after activation, it will reflect the net unit price as a list price. I will do that, activate. So this pricing procedure has been activated, and now what I have to do is I have to just refresh my code, and then um, I have to click this reprice all. Hopefully this will give me the net unit price. So you can see the net unit price has been reflected. Okay, so this is coming from the list price, because in the pricing procedure we have assigned the net unit price as a list price. So this is how you can assign the value. So again, the first step is pricing setting, which is mandatory. You have to give all the variable which is coming, which is referred in your code line item, and then you have to also refer the list price, and then you can do the assignment. And how these prices are getting changed, because in the revenue setting we have given our given the reference of our new pricing procedure. So all the pricing calculation is happening through this Gagan demo pricing procedure. Now you can see that if I will add yeah, if I will add discount, okay, so, so if let me add 10% discount and percentage based 10%, click save. Okay, so, so once it will save, so this is save. I have added the 10% discount percentage based, but still the price is 10. It should be 9, right? But this is 10 because there is no discount configuration we have done. So let's, in order to add the discount, we can add manual discount, which is this is again this element. I've given the reference of all of the element here in my PPT, so you can pause the video and see what is the meaning of manual discount. So basically, manual discount, you want to add some type of discount, you want to give the discount to the customer. So for that we use it. So for adjustment type, you have to create one variable. So I'm going to create one variable because we need it for the adjustment type. So I'm adding one new resource and keeping this as a constant, and I can give the resource name as a discount type text, and value will be this value should be percentage as it is. This should be same as percentage. So just be aware while you're making a new variable resource variable. So once it is created, you have to scroll down, and in the adjustment type you have to give this discount type text. In adjustment value, you have to give uh, item item discount percentage. This is what you have to give in the adjustment value, because like adjustment value is coming from the discount percentage. Whatever the discount percentage you have given, it will add that as a manual discount. Quantity should be item line item quantity, and then input unit price, this should be the input unit price. This is how you have to configure it. And in the output variable, let's give net unit price, and then in the subtotal you have to give item subtotal. So yeah, this is what I have configured. Input unit price is input unit price, net unit price is net unit price, subtotal is item subtotal. um, so this is how you have to do the configuration. So once you will do that, after that your this the 10% discount that we have added here, it will add on the net unit price as well. Save, and then we have to activate. So it's activating. Once this will activate, I will refresh my, yeah, so this has been activated. I have to refresh, and I have to just click reprise all. So this should become 9 after refresh all. Yeah, so this become 9 because we have added the manual price, and this manual price is actually adding the discount, whatever the discount you've given, the discount percentage, right? Whatever the discount we have given, so it will apply to the net unit price. Now you can see that the net total price is blank, but this should not be blank, right? Because this should be based on the quantity. So whatever the quantity, as of now the quantity is 1, so 1 multiplied by net unit price, that should be the total price. If it is 2, then it should be the net total price should be 18. So for that, what we can do is, let me just collapse this element. So what we can do is we can create a formula, and in the formula what we can do is we can first, also we have to multiply the quantity with the net unit price, right? So we have to multiply the quantity. So quantity is nothing but list, sorry, line item quantity multiply by multiply by net unit price. Right. So this is the formula that we have created, and this value should be updated in the net total price. So for that, I will just add net total. So item net total price. This value will gonna update. So this is the calculation. So quantity will be multiplied by the net unit price. The unit price over per item, it will just multiply with that, and that will be the total price. Now I have to deactivate this again. So this is very simple. I mean, this is just a configuration. So people are like very confused and they feel like this is very difficult, but it's not difficult. You have to just create 2 or 3 pricing procedure and then you will be okay. And then activate. So this procedure has been activated. And now what we have to do is, as of now, the net total price is blank. So I will just click this see price all, and then we'll see if the total price is coming. I hope I don't have to refresh it. Oh yeah, so it has been added, the $9, right? The net total price, and this is coming from our formula, this formula, okay? And what I can do is like let me change the quantity. I will change the quantity this to 4, save, and now it should be net unit price multiplied by 4, and it should be and click reprice all, it should be 36. Yeah, so this is working. This is how you can create your own pricing procedure and you can link with your code line item. So this is it. Before wrapping up this video, if you're looking for the mentorship and you don't know how to crack the Salesforce interview and how you can get the job in UK, I'm actually UK based, and if you have a dream to work from abroad, then definitely connect with me. I can refer you in some of the companies and I can give you the tips how you can get the job through LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice day.